If you've ever taken the same losing trade twice in 1 week and honestly couldn't explain why, this one is going to be for you. It's not that you're undisciplined. It's not even that your strategy is bad. There's a name for what's actually going on underneath it, and scientists found it almost by accident by watching a simple wasp do the exact same pointless thing over and over again more than 40 times in a row without ever once catching on. Stick with me for the next few minutes because by the end of this, that pattern's going to be pretty easy to spot in your own trading, and once you can actually see it, it gets a lot harder to keep doing it. So this video is going to be a bit different than my usual videos. I want to tell you about a particularly interesting kind of insect. It's called a sphex. Yes, a sphex. S-P-H-E-X. It's a sort of wasp. And when the sphex wants to reproduce, she goes out hunting and finds a particularly big, juicy insect like a cricket. And she bites the cricket and paralyzes it and then drags it back to the burrow that she's dug in the ground. Then she leaves the cricket right outside the entrance of the burrow and then goes inside the burrow to inspect to see if any predators got in there while she was outside hunting. And once she's satisfied with her inspection, she comes back outside, drags the cricket inside the burrow and then lays her eggs and then exits the burrow and seals it up and flies away. And then when the little baby sphex hatch, they have a nice big meal waiting for them so they can build up their strength and fly out into the world when they're ready. So if you've ever encountered a sphex in the wild, or if you know what it is and familiar with it, you could have a little bit of fun with the sphex. So here's what you can do. While the sphex is inside the burrow doing her inspection, take the cricket or whatever prey she has waiting at the entrance of the burrow and just move it an inch or two to the right. You'll notice when the sphex comes back out after doing her inspection, she will see that the cricket is no longer at the entrance of the burrow anymore. And she'll pick it up, move it back a couple inches to the entrance, and then she'll go back inside the burrow and do her inspection all over again. And while she's inside doing her inspection or redoing her inspection, you can move the cricket again an inch or two to the other side. And when she re-emerges, sure enough, she will move the cricket back to the entrance of the burrow, then go inside and do her inspection all over again. You can do this pretty much as many times as you want. In one case, a group of scientists repeated this process over 40 times before they finally gave up. And every time it was the same. The sphex would just move the cricket back to the entrance and redo her inspection over and over and over. And she would never actually take the cricket and drag it inside the burrow. So what this simple intervention reveals is that the sphyx's behavior seems intelligent and thoughtful and intentional, but actually the sphex is just following a pretty simple series of steps, a simple algorithm in its mind, and the step put cricket in front of burrow is always followed by the step inspect burrow. So by moving the cricket to the side a couple inches, the scientists were essentially resetting the sphyx's program to that step again and again and again. So they later coined the term sphexish, and a lot of scientists and philosophers use that word to refer to behavior where a creature is essentially following a simple set of automatic rules and lacks the reflectiveness to notice. In the sphyx's case, these rules may often work fine, but you notice when you start moving the cricket, these rules begin to become counterproductive. In this case, it's not actually helping the sphex get what it wants. And I think that a lot of rationality is just about noticing your own spexishness. It's pretty hard to pronounce. Say that 5 times fast. Spexishness. But what does this have to do with trading? Okay, so bug stories aside, here's why that's on a trading channel and not on the nature documentary channel. So pretty much every losing trader out there, myself included, at different points runs the same exact version of this loop that the wasp was in. Different burrow, different cricket, same behavior. And here's the first place it actually shows up. And I'm going to show you 7 different spots where this can show up in your own trading. So the first place is when the market changes. You notice from the Sphex story that the Sphex doesn't change. She never once stops mid-loop to ask whether the routine is still working. She just runs it again and again. A lot of traders run the exact same program with their accounts. Lose a trade, jump straight back in. Lose again, increase size to make it back fast, lose again, repeat. That's not a strategy. That's a loop. The same loop running on autopilot, whether the market's trending, it's choppy, or it's falling off a cliff. And here's the part that actually costs you a lot of money. The setup that printed for 3 weeks straight in March can be the exact setup that wrecks your account in June, because the volatility, the volume, the whole personality of the market shifted, and the trader running it didn't shift with it. Great traders don't just have a strategy sitting in a notebook somewhere. They consistently ask whether that strategy still fits the market they're actually in right now, not the market that was originally built for that strategy. Always trade the market that you're in, not the market that you want to be in. The second place it shows up, and this one is sneaky and it takes a little bit to realize it because it looks like the opposite of the problem. Following rules blindly isn't discipline. At first glance, the Sphex actually looks disciplined. Same routine every single time, no exceptions, no hesitation. But discipline without awareness isn't discipline. It's just a habit that hasn't blown up as yet. Buying every breakout, selling every pullback, taking every MACD crossover the second it prints, trading every single market that's open because that's just what happens at 9:30 a.m. whether the setup's actually there or not. None of that is a plan. It's a reflex wearing a plan's costume. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing basically. And calling it discipline is bullshit if we're being honest. The question that actually separates the two is embarrassingly simple. Does this setup make sense today? Not does it match the rules written down somewhere in some notebook. Does it make sense right now in this market with this volume at this time of day? Ask that before every single trade that you enter and you stop being the cricket, or the Sphex I should say. Thirdly, the third thing, and it's one that should actually annoy you a little bit, the market exploits predictable behavior. The same way that scientists were able to exploit the Sphex, it only took 1 inch to trap her in that rigid loop, in that rigid routine forever. The market runs the same trick on traders, just at scale and with a lot more money involved. It knows roughly where the stop losses sit, tucked just under the obvious swing low or a few ticks under a wrong number. It knows where the breakout entries pile up the second a level breaks and where the FOMO buys come in after 3 green candles in a row. The market knows all of this. It knows where the panic sells hit after 2 red candles, and it knows when the fear kicks in. None of that takes a genius to spot. It just takes volume because thousands of traders are all standing on the same predictable spot at the same predictable moment, reacting to the same obvious signal. A stop loss that's placed exactly where every other trader's stop is sitting isn't risk management. That's a cricket, and that cricket is sitting 1 inch from the burrow, waiting to be found. Fourth, most traders don't actually trade, they react. The Sphex doesn't make decisions. She responds to stimuli. Cricket at the entrance, inspect burrow. Cricket moved, go retrieve it. That's the entire program from beginning to end. And honestly, a lot of us are running a version of that exact same program without ever realizing it. The price goes up and a thought fires off in our head. Hey, I can't afford to miss this move. Or let's say the price drops and then it switches to, whoa, I have to get out right now before this gets worse. Someone on Twitter or Instagram or YouTube posts that some stock's exploding and suddenly it's, I have to get in before it's too late. None of that is executing a plan. That's responding to whatever's flashing on screen in that exact second. The same way the Sphex responds to the cricket sitting 1 inch out of place. Stimulus in, reaction out. No plan required, and there was no plan to begin with. Fifth, and honestly, this might be the biggest one of all. Winning traders ask one simple question that the Sphex never asks. You see, the Sphex never stops mid-loop and goes, wait, why am I doing this again? Professional traders ask that constantly, almost automatically at this point. Why am I entering here? Why am I exiting here? Does this still fit the plan that's actually written down? Or is this just improvising and calling it a plan after the fact? Has the market changed since the setup was originally built? Is this trade actually giving me an edge, or does it just feel similar to a trade I took before and am I just comfortable? That one habit, asking why, is basically the entire difference between a mechanical gambler and an intentional trader. Everything else, every indicator, every strategy, every rule sits downstream of that one question. Why? So this brings us to the sixth thing, habits that become the biggest enemy in an account. And this is the part that actually stings because the routine that's supposed to protect the Sphex is the exact same routine that destroys her. It's not a flaw in the programming. It's the programming working exactly as designed in a situation it was never designed to work in. The same thing happens in trading. A strategy built for a strong trend, riding pullbacks, holding through the noise, can wreck an account the moment the market goes choppy or sideways because the trader running it never noticed the shift. And the trader who never adapts keeps running the same losing sequence for one reason, and it's usually said out loud, almost proudly, "This is what I always do." So this is why that trader continues to do the same losing thing over and over and over again. That sentence feels like discipline. It sounds like discipline. It's actually just another cricket that's moved an inch or two to the left, and someone going back to inspect the borrow one more time, certain that doing it again is somehow going to end differently this time. Which brings us to the last one, and this is the one actually worth leaving with more than any of the others. The point of this whole story was never don't have a trading plan. It's the opposite, honestly. Have one. Follow it most of the time. The point is, don't get so automated that thinking stops entirely. The best traders in the world still have rules. Plenty of them. The difference is they know why those rules exist in the first place. And when the conditions the rules were built for stop being true, they adjust the rule or drop it entirely. The Sphex can't do that. It's not built to. However, you can and you must in order to become a profitable trader. So here's the actual difference between a beginner and a professional. And it's not what most people think. It's not that professionals never repeat themselves. They repeat the parts that work consistently on purpose. The real difference is they know when to stop repeating themselves. The Sphex follows a program. A trader follows a process. Those two sound like the same word, but they're not even close. One adapts to what's actually in front of it. The other one just keeps moving the same cricket back to the same spot, forever convinced that the second time is going to be different. If your goal is to actually become consistently profitable and not just staying busy, the answer was never just run the plan on autopilot. It's keep asking whether the plan still makes sense. Trade after trade, week after week. That one question, more than any strategy, any indicator, any setup, is what actually gets a trader out of the borrow.